Hi, I'm Eric Giz-Gewurtz, Director of Lord of the Rings Conquest, here to talk to you a little bit about multiplayer. Multiplayer is really where Lord of the Rings Conquest shines. It's been designed as both a single player and a multiplayer game, but multiplayer is where the real action begins. In the multiplayer components of this game, you get to play as 4 classes on 2 armies. Everything is team-based in this game. So you're either the forces of good or you're the forces of evil. The 4 classes you get to play are the warrior, the archer, the mage, and the scout. I'll go into a little bit of detail of how each one works relative to each other in a little while. But for now, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how multiplayer is set up. There's a wide variety of different multiplayer game modes in this game. One of the coolest modes in this game is called Conquest. It's basically a battle over territory. The forces of good and the forces of evil are charging on the battlefield. There's 13 different battlefields that they're fighting on, and they're trying to claim specific areas of territory or points of interest. They get points for holding the territory, as well as getting points for defeating enemy players in battle. But one of the coolest aspects is the introduction of heroes into this gameplay. At certain points in the match, each team will get awarded a hero to be played by the player who's got the most points in that team. So you're in the middle of this huge battle on Helm's Deep, and suddenly Aragorn will arrive for the forces of good. Now it's up to the forces of evil to immediately take out Aragorn as quickly as possible, because when a hero arrives on the battlefield, it's usually a tide turner on the battle. But of course, the forces of evil also get their hero when they get to a certain point as well. So what you've got is this really cool dynamic battle that plays differently every time you play, with heroes entering and exiting the battlefield and points and territories changing hands multiple times. It really makes for this dynamic, cool feeling where you really have to use strategy and teamwork to win the match. Another really exciting mode in Conquest is called Capture the Ring. In it, the one ring is placed on the battlefield, and both teams are trying to capture the ring and deliver it to their safe spot and to get a point. And again, this is a game mode where the class of unit you play and the teamwork that you use is really the deciding factor in whether or not your team is going to win. Each class has its own strengths and weaknesses for playing Capture the Ring, and it's only in using them in combination with other players and coordinating with other players that you're really able to effectively defeat the enemy. In addition to other game modes, this game also has deathmatch, 2 types of deathmatch actually. It's got a team deathmatch where both sides are officers in the army and going at it crazy to try to get as many points as possible. It also has hero deathmatch, and in hero deathmatch, both sides play as every hero in the battle. All the good heroes versus all the bad heroes in this massive battle royale where you get these fantasy matchups that you never saw in the film or in the books. You get Aragorn fighting Sauron and Saruman confronting Legolas, and these really cool dynamics where every hero has their own special abilities and own unique attacks pitted against each other to try to win for their side. All the modes we were just talking about can be played with up to 16 players online and with up to 4 players in split screen. But in addition, you can play the campaign version of the game in co-op, either online or in split screen as well. So there's a ton of different multiplayer modes to play this game in.